I would say that if, from a customer's perspective, buying a used car is very much different from buying a new car. So whenever you buy a used car, there's a lot more variables involved. Whenever you buy a new car, it's new, nothing should be wrong with it. So it's really just shopping price. When you go to buying a used car, there's a lot more things to pay attention to, such as reconditioning. Are you buying it from a place that reconditions it well, or are you buying it from a place that, gets it from the auction and slaps it out there? Two, the Carfax, what's the Carfax look like? Does it look like it's got good service history? Does it look like, it's had one owner, 3 owners in 1 year? Sometimes that's a red flag if you've got a bunch of owners in a short period of time. Maybe 2 or 3 people tried it and something was going on with that vehicle. So I think you have to do a lot more research as a customer if you're going into the used market. I think the used market's great because you can obviously save some money, but you also need to be mindful because, you're also buying a vehicle that is pre-owned. It's been disposed to, somebody else's, wear and tear, and not everybody takes care of it the way that you would want to take care of it. So the most research that you can do on the car ahead of time is going to make you the most informed decision when you go to purchase the vehicle. Price is important, 100%, but at the same time, I would rather pay more for a car that I know has been well took care of and well maintained than get the cheapest deal out there just because it's the cheapest deal out there, but that car maybe has not been taken care of the way that you wanted it to be. When you do that, it really, how good of a deal are you getting, or if you're going to have to fix issues here and there, in 5-6 months. One of the things that we do with all of our used cars is we come in, they go through an inspection, but we don't just go through an inspection and say, hey, we inspected it. We fix the things that need fixed. So, if it needs brakes, 100% we're putting brakes on it. If it needs tires, we're putting tires on it. If the transmission has a little bit of something going on, we're not trying to duct tape it together. We're putting a new transmission in it because we want to sell a good product. I think that that's very important. There's a lot of dealers that, just really want to duct tape together and make it just as good as they can for a short period of time. Maybe it gets out here on the lot and it squeaks through, but the customer is the one that has to deal with that if they purchase a vehicle that's not been, taken care of the way it needs to be and ready to sell. I think we take pride in making sure that our vehicles are retail ready. That's a huge thing, and I think if you're buying a used car, you really need to pay attention, look at reviews, really pay attention, ask when you go in, hey, what did you do to the car? If you're buying a 50,000 mile car, what did you do to the car? Okay, obviously it probably needed a little bit of something. Somebody's put 50,000 miles on it. What did you find and what did you do to it? And if they're not willing to show that to you, then to be honest with you, that's probably because they didn't do anything to it that they should have. I think anytime that somebody's purchasing a vehicle, typically used car buyers are more budget sensitive. There's a reason they're buying a used car. So I think it's our job to put them in a car that they're going to be able to drive for 5, 6, 7, 8 years and not see a lot of issues out of. Now, unforeseen things happen, but we try to do the best we can to make sure we're putting a good product out there, that we're not putting stuff out there that's going to tear up on you in 5, 6 months. And we do a great job if something like that does happen. We try to stand behind what we've sold you and we'll help you out.